Welcome to Texas, the land where everything is bigger. Bigger trucks, bigger donuts, and bigger ideas. So I was recently scrolling through Instagram looking for some of the most unique places to go have some fun in this great state. And I found 3 in particular that caught my eye. But as any good internet sleuth knows, you can't always believe everything you read or see online, so I knew I had to personally go check these places out to confirm them for myself. So I jumped on a plane to Austin with the Fun Across America team and headed straight to spot number 1. First up, Shuffleboard. But not just any shuffleboard. This is a bar dedicated to tabletop shuffleboard with tech I've never seen before that really takes these games up a notch. Welcome to Electric Shuffle, which is right in the heart of downtown Austin. While there's certainly been a nationwide uptick in places offering fun things to do while you drink, this is definitely the first place I've seen that has done this with this particular game. And believe me, I know what you're thinking. That's it? A classic bar game in a trendy setting? What's so special about that? That was my thought too before we got here. But from the entrance to the table, it's all about the experience. We sat down to play our first game and realized these weren't normal shuffleboard tables. They've integrated tech into each table that allows you to play a variety of different games against your friends without ever needing to keep manual score of anything. As we started to play the different games, I was surprised at just how accurate the sensors were for measuring where our stones landed and for determining who was closest to our target in certain games. No need to break out rulers or get into tussles about who was closest. And while it is true that only a couple of people will be playing a game at a given time, these tables allow the rest of your group to hang out on the sides of the table, which acts as a rail for beverages so everyone stays involved throughout the night in between games. And this probably goes without saying, but they've got some tasty drinks here too. You know what? They're so good, everybody will be asking for another round. Did someone say another round? What a coincidence, because that is the name of spot number 2 on our list. The best way to describe another round is art meets mini golf. They've got 2 separate, very different courses, and today I get to try both of them. We grab our putters and head straight to the first course. Course number 1 was almost entirely made from this black rubbery material that had been molded into all different kinds of layouts, including the steepest hill I've ever seen on a mini golf course. Because this isn't grass, this added another component of difficulty because your ball will roll more than a standard course. It took some time for me to get used to that, but eventually I got the hang of it. My favorite hole on this course? Definitely the Prince-inspired hole. And not just because his recording studio is located in my hometown. Alright, well maybe that is the reason why, but it was still cool. After finishing that course, I skedaddled over to course number 2, and just by the looks of this, I knew I was going to have a good time. The colors and props and everything that went into making this really stood out. This hole was by far my favorite of the day. Depending on how the ball falls, it can take a number of different paths. It was pretty fun going back and trying it a few different times to see if we could get each outcome to happen. The variety here was truly amazing and very visually appealing. Perfect for a picture on Instagram after a date night or a night out with friends. And after you've played enough mini golf to your heart's content, you can head to their back patio to grab a drink, play some pickleball, or try your hand at Shuffleboard, a game I had never heard of but quickly realized how bad I wanted it in my backyard.
You have the written instructions here anytime everyone kind of wanders here themselves, but you'll basically get your ball and then every table has a starting line. You'll use this as your putter. I kind of use it like a little pool stick. I'm going to give it a shuffle over that mountain. All right, I'm going to say that was embarrassing.
If it comes back to you, it doesn't count. That's the rule.
No, you just try again. I say try it first 2 to 3 times on the first table because it is different and challenging, only in the aspect of like, I would have scored a 6 right there. But what you're wanting to do is hit it and then have it come down here where it's going to give you your score. But it still scores like golf.
Okay.
So you want the lower score, not the higher score.
But you only get 1, is what you're saying. So you don't get to try it. God.
Want to give it a try?
Yeah, let's try this.
It got stopped right here, so you got a 6 as well.
Ooh.
Ooh. You got a 4. That was better than us.
Yeah. And if you need something else to do before calling it a night here, try one of their mini classic arcade games or go swing a few clubs at their golf simulators. But let's say swinging a golf club isn't your thing. How about a cricket bat? That's our cue to head over to spot number 3. A bit of a drive away at the Grandscape in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but definitely worth the trip. And that's because this place is the first of its kind here in the US. Welcome to Six's Social Cricket, the very first cricket batting cage bar here in the United States. While it's definitely less known here in America, cricket is the 2nd largest sport in the world, just behind soccer, with 2.5 billion fans worldwide. So it's really no surprise that someone finally decided to try and tap into that audience with a first-of-its-kind bar like this. Both for those that know and love the sport, but have nowhere to practice here in the US, and for those like me that have almost no knowledge about cricket, but have some curiosity to learn more. I'll be honest, I don't have high hopes for myself here, but I am definitely willing to give it a try. Unsurprisingly, I was right.
I headed that way. It's closer.
This was not easy, and I made myself look like a fool in more ways than one throughout the night. However, as I practiced and watched others that clearly knew what they were doing, I was able to improve and eventually found myself making some consistent contact, which gave me a newfound appreciation for the sport, especially because I was playing at a low speed compared to pros, by a lot. All that time in the cage really made me thirsty, so I went inside to check out the bar component of this place, and it did not disappoint. They also have some great food options here, and even a food challenge for anyone that wants to try and eat a burger and a ton of fries before the timer runs out. I didn't get to try that, but this kid did, and he crushed it. He even got to take home a shirt to prove it too. And while I'm not going home a cricket champion or with an awesome t-shirt like that kid, I am going home feeling satisfied that these 3 unique fun spots lived up to the hype and that you'll enjoy them too the next time you're in Texas. If you enjoyed this and you're on the hunt for other unique activities to do across the country, here's another video we made that YouTube thinks you might like. Let's see if they're right. Thank you to our partners at American Specialty Insurance for supporting Fun Across America. American Specialty Insurance, proudly insuring the amusement and entertainment industries for over 30 years.